Good morning, everyone. It's 27th April 2017. Welcome to another episode of ProAMT Traders Digest. So let's have a look at what Nifty did. It hit a new all time high today and has closed at a new all time high close. Nifty, Bank Nifty, Nifty Futures, Bank Nifty Futures, and Sensex. So all the broader indices closing at lifetime highs. Now here we get a gap up open, so gap rules apply. We get a break of A period in the B period and we establish this IB. Till F period we were one time framing up. G period breaks that formation. H period comes down exactly to the C period low. A bad sign. We expect that to be taken out. Now we get a inside bar in I period and then a break. So the probability is to break the day high, and we got that day high break and then a failure. And when this was happening, it was like maybe that inside bar against the trend that had created this move. And the moment it looked above and failed, I thought that this might now take out this H period low. I was not expecting more than that earlier, but the moment it broke down, we'll see on a 3 minute chart. Then I thought that maybe we might go to break the opening low, and it went beyond that. It went to tag the previous day's high, just to the tick touch and reverse back. Completed the entire range just in that last hour, and almost like the entire range, and closed just above the fairest price of the day. So overall, very nice bullish close. But now today is expiry, so need to see various other factors. We'll go through that in a bit. Now on the 3 minute, we have a nice channeled move up, then it goes sideways, tries to break down, comes into, and it's been their habit nowadays to come to the day mid and reload and then go continue the move higher. Now it continued the move higher. I saw this bar coming in, inverted hammer. You have a HVN. The moment it went above this auction was looking incomplete due to the volume not giving any gradient on the upside. And the moment we had this, it comes under this, comes below this HVN, and then breaks this, is a good sign of selling. So that sell was triggered here. Then when it reached that day mid again, so I thought that it won't go beyond, but then the volume was so high and it started like going pushing down. So I said, might as well stay in the trade till it gives the first pivot and then a break. So it came up to give a first pivot. Now this was so fast I could not sell back, otherwise I would have I would like want to sell 50% back, but that didn't happen. And then finally it tags down, and then post 230 this nice balance is there, so this becomes a stop loss, and the moment this was gone, my trailing stop loss is hit. So two fast trade setups, one long and one on the short side. And this setup, I thought that we'll just go to the day mid and just skipped it. Now on the 15 minute, we can just see on the momentum, we just see uh, positive and positive delta throughout, has been positive quite a long while, all through this rally, up, apart from this bit of selling. Now we get a nice move up. This there is no demand, that no demand is taken out. So till, suppose here it tried to push down but is not breaking this no demand, then again here it tries to push back down below this no demand but not closing below that. Again it does that, not closing. So it went up to fetch those sellers, went above the 200% extension of previous day's range, and the moment it went up above that, it got sold off, then comes down into the previous day's high and instantly reverse. You get a bullish engulfing bar and it reverses back towards the volume POC of the day. Now let's have a look at what we can expect. Let me get the Renko chart. So we get a opening swing break, a test, impulse, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse, goes into a zipper, comes back to the mid, again tries to create an impulse, fails, comes back and then creates an impulse. This was like here, if we go to see, when it comes here is breaks through this zipper, becomes a sell. So we get an impulse, pull back, and the reason to hold on is this: you, when you get an impulse, you generally get a pullback. So you got a pullback, zipper and a pullback, so this could be a nice addition. And it went into the previous day's high, tries to create a zipper, fails, but now this zipper is created, so you can lean on that and go long. Now the long trigger comes, so after the stop loss the long trigger comes, which is created at 1454. So last minute trade, but I didn't take that. So now what we can expect today, the open interest in 8,300 call has wiped out quite a bit because of the fear that it might stay above. And in the next expiry, again, the 9,300 put has added a lot of OI. So 300 becomes a nice support. So first let's draw the likely zones. So one is this mid and an LVN. Then you have this zipper, which is the value area high, volume based. And then you have this minor HVN. And here you have a HVN and just a LVN right there. So not expecting much of a gap up. Maybe open, try to push above the range, look above, fail, and come here into that 9330 zone and decide. If it pushes down below 9,200, then 9,300, then we want to see, because being expiry, 9,300 put writers, if they still hold on and they give a bounce back above 9,300, then expecting it to again create a volatile move towards this HVN and then come and settle back into the 93 9320 9330 range. So that is what I am thinking that it might want to do there. Same thing may be applicable. Suppose if it goes above 350, fails and does this entire move like this, so comes again here and then again settles back in the middle. Suppose if it goes above 350 and stays there, retests the 350 level, then expecting it to push towards 9400 and scare those writers and then come back and settle somewhere into the 370 370 75 zone. So that is the likely scenario based on the OI positions, and also need to see what FIIs dump and what they carry forward into the May series, because they have been long puts throughout the series. Their open interest in the future shorts is at the highs, which we saw 2 months back. So it has broken uh, the net open interest has in the futures has even broken the February lows. So they are holding even less longs than February. Now let's have a look at Bank Nifty. Now again a gap up, tries to push into the range, fails, creates a huge move up in the A and B period. Then one time framing up, we get an inside bar, a break of that, fail, again come down, but again we get an inside bar and it's likely to break the day high. So breaks the day high and fails and comes back towards the open, falls short of that, and then rallies back and makes a new all-time high in the last period and then settles just off the highs. So overall a very very bullish momentum close, and we this becomes uh, even in Nifty this becomes a nice pullback low, and then I would be looking at now this happens to be the VWAP, but otherwise it also happens to be these highs. So would be looking at 270 and this pullback low. So similarly in Bank Nifty would be looking at this pullback low and then below that pullback low this high, and here because that is where it has broken out and the single print start, so would be looking at that previous week's high below that. Now on the 3 minute, it rallies up directly and then a nice channeled move higher, breaks that channel, comes down, creates this balance, and then ramps up and makes the new all-time high again. So it's like in a very good momentum. The volumes are increasing, nice volumes here. So rollovers are happening, and the weekly developing POC has shifted higher both in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So that is also another nuance to record. Now here we get an instant move up and then a sideways move, tries to break out but fails and comes back below the day mid. Now sellers getting stuck here, get a ST and then tries to go higher, closes down into this range, but then finally breaks out. So overall all volume distribution happening above 22,150, and this way it has also completed the 61.8% extension of the previous swing. Now let's have a look at the Renko. So we get a break of the opening swing and a failure. So this is the opening swing. So when we get one high, one low, and then it rotates back from there, this opening swing range is done. So we get a break of the opening swing, goes back, breaks the opening swing high, comes back, is not able to break the low, and that means that's a nice trade location. It's also like a failure below the day mid, because by then the day mid is established, and it jitters a bit above the day's high, but then finally uh, get an impulse pullback, impulse with a jitter, again pullback, again tries to create an impulse but fails, and this is the point where the momentum is lost. Then we get this zipper. This, it's not able to go below this zipper. If somebody would have created a short based on this, then the stop loss becomes this, when it's not like going down further. So that it takes out, comes back. Now again the move gets very edgy, and then we get a jittery move again towards the highs. From there, it you have the first zipper and the second zipper to lean on, so we get an impulse, pullback, impulse, again pullbacks in a symmetry, but not able to go above this pullback high, and then finally we get one impulse, pullback, and an impulse down. So this is like the move getting almost done. We get a pullback till the day mid, fails, comes back but is not able to break this low and creates this zipper. So again the break of this zipper high is a buy. It creates another bigger zipper, and then finally impulse, pullback, impulse. So this last move, and this was like a nice move to trade, and this much part was nice move to trade. Now let's see what we can expect for today. So let's mark this. This is the HVN. Then we have this as an HVN, and we have the mid of this as a reference. So expecting a flat open, tries to push above the highs, fail, come back here and check and maybe ride up. If it fails here, then come back into the day mid first, rotate here, decide where it wants to go, and slowly pull back down into the 22,000, because it's like a psychological level. So if 20,000 breaks once, then again from there, if it pulls back, then go and close into the 22,100 or 22,150 zone. In case it pushes down, I'm not expecting a much push down more than 100 points below that, not expecting that as of now. And in case if it starts trading above the ATH, then there is a psychological level of 22,200 here. So if it starts trading above that, then push higher in above the 22,300, scare them, and then come back and settle into the 22,250 kind of zone. If it manages to stay above 300, then keep on pushing higher towards 400, because then the objective would be to scare those writers. So that is what I'm expecting in Bank Nifty. So I think that's it for today, and after tomorrow's action, we'll get a fair idea of what FIIs are carrying forward in May, and then we'll get the weekly. We'll get the new weekly micro balance levels as well. So in the next weekly video, we'll go through that in detail. So thanks for watching, and have a profitable trading day ahead.